Welcome to episode 3 of Building 1313 in LEGO. As of recording this episode, the 11th episode of Clone Wars has dropped, and Fives is mentioned by Captain Rex to Ahsoka.
What's happening?
Stay back! Find him. Find him. Fives. Find him!
Which I find very ironic, knowing that I'm building the scene where Fives comes to his death, walks to his death, and understanding this scene is extremely important for the rest of the arc of Clone Wars. I'm very proud to make this mock right now, understanding what impact it has on the rest of the story. So for the rest of this episode, we're going to continue building the sliding door, and alongside with finishing the rest of the wall. And I hope that we get to begin to start on a different section of the mock, especially right here. I would like to create some sort of sewer, so it looks like this entrance actually goes somewhere that's inside the mock. Because right now, I don't want to continue building this section, knowing that there's a lot of empty space right here with all the Duplo. So let's go start building. I'm almost finishing up the platform. I realize there's new techniques for the same result. So it may look like this may be one piece, so it's all connected like that. But in reality, the very last piece is a 1x6 tile versus a 1x1x5 brick. So there's many ways of doing something to get to the same result if you don't have the correct amount of pieces. Because if I was running out of the brick right there, I could just resort to using 1x6 tiles, which is a pretty cool technique. And also start to work on the sliding door. So this whole section right here is the rail for the brick to slide on. Just for example, like that. That's because it has to have the least amount of resistance whatsoever. So if you had tile, you have to use 1x6 or 1x8 tile. And this section right here is all going to be covered up, so it doesn't matter what color the brick is, versus the black section is going to be shown when the sliding door is actually open. I completed this one section of the mock where there's like a rectangle with a bunch of red dots on it, and it's simply a panel that's easily removed like that. It's kind of difficult to figure out because it's using snot. So this is built on vertically like that. But then I used tile on the very top. And I also modified a clone minifigure so it looks more like Fives with a good old Sharpie. It looks pretty good so far. And this section of the mock is supposed to be the rest of the wall. That's what I've completed on that side. On the other side, I've completed a lot more, which I'm very satisfied how it turned out, because I didn't think it would look this good compared to the actual photo. So I built this section by creating these huge panel pieces, and then a headlight brick with a 1x1 brick with a hole in the center, and then a sun at the very bottom, and then connect at an angle. So it has a nice seamless effect. And then this whole section pops off real easily, like that, as one piece. And that's what it looks like with the section completely taken off. It just used a bunch of bricks with studs on the side. Right now I'm working on a section on the side of the mock where there's supposed to be this huge cylindrical tube, and this is the pipe I created. It's especially hard with LEGO to create these angles, especially at a cylindrical shape and a curve, because Legos are usually rectangle. So that's what it looks like so far. It's created by using a bunch of different slopes and macaroni bricks and hinges. So that's what that side looks like. That's what the other. And then you have to duplicate that on the very bottom. Get that effect of actually having it curve inwards, like a pipe. And now I have to find a connection point between this section and and the very top. That's what it looks like so far. I'm really satisfied, especially that I incorporated some sewer. And from here, what I'm going to do is continue this sewer section, then have a sort of waterfall going down, and then this whole section right here would be like the intersection where Ahsoka would be escaping from the shock troopers. And this is what I've done to create that effect of a sewer. I use 1x1 modified plates and some 1x2 red tiles, and then surround that with light bluish gray plates to get that circular curved effect. And from there, I'll continue this section, but it goes all the way down under the MOC through the Duplo, and it'll be like an interconnecting, sewer throughout the whole MOC, which it'll look pretty good once it's all done. Here's a better look at the sewer. I have to continue this upwards and cover up this whole section so the inner structure of the MOC won't be seen from the outside. I'm using a different technique for this section of the sewer, especially since it's smaller than this. It's more like a subsection of a sewer that's flowing smaller amounts of water throughout the undercity of 1313. I've also started to work on the sliding door, which I wanted to have it motorized or some sort of function like that. Instead, I just had ordinary by hand. So what I did was put some bricks on the very bottom, and then larger bricks on the sides, and just move it by hand. I find that's the easiest way to make some sort of sliding door, and that's what the sliding door looks like when both panels of the door are closed. It's going to be really nice when both doors are open, because it has this nice sliding effect. The next part I would like to complete is this section of the MOC where it has a sewer. Here's what the sewer looks like so far. I used blue bricks on the bottom, and then after that I placed these trans 2x2 bricks on top of it to give that sort of depth, dark feeling underneath of it. So this section of the sewer will continue all the way down through the rest of the MOC, which will look really nice since I have that nice depth of field. Then from there, I'm going to continue building this section where it'll have sort of a waterfall effect all the way down, going from here to there. And then after that, this entrance is supposed to be exiting right here. So for this section of the MOC, I'm going to have the rest of the Duplo structure be all right here. So I have to create this section before I place the Duplo on top, because I want to have enough structure above it. And it'll be really difficult to place this when everything's installed at the very top level. So after that, I'll have to continue building the structure right here to make this more sturdy. I like to work sporadically out through the week and work on different sections of the MOC, not particularly one section like the front. But in these 2 weeks, I'm going to continue the front section, meanwhile working on the middle section as well. So my package just arrived as of the second, and this is a set I've wanted ever since it came out. And that set would be the Mandalorian Battle Pack. This set will be a huge asset to this MOC, especially since there's always Mandalorians hanging around Coruscant 1313. Quick review of the set. Great figures, moderately okay speeder, spare parts, more spare parts, and definitely a lot of spare parts with the stud shooters. Here's a quick scene I put together with these figures. I love the placement of these figures, especially this section, so it looks like they're trying to take out these Death Watch troopers, with this Mando and the sewer and the other one coming from behind. Here's progress so far I made in the sewer. I completed this fan, which I very much enjoy, especially the snot technique I used. And in this section where it'll have 4 smaller drains, and then right here it'll have a nice path connecting the whole section of the drain. And beyond the fan, I'll have like a bounty hunter guild. Well, that'll be taking bounties right here, which will be really cool to see the Mandalorians go throughout the sewers. And from here, I'll continue a path from here, and then have like a little bridge connecting the two sections, and then path continuing all around the rest of the sewer. Here's the technique I used to create the fan. I'm not completely finished with it since these holes will be duplicated on the rest of the 4 fan blades. And in the photo, these are actually supposed to be dark bluish gray instead they're light bluish gray. So I probably will keep that since it looks really nice. And I create it by using a bunch of slopes and bricks with a 1x1 pin placed right there inside the brick, and then just simply place it right there, and then create that 4 more times. And this is what the inner structure of the center of the fan looks like. It is a 4x4 plate with these holes on the sides, and then a 4x4 circle, place 2 of them on the center, and then these bracket pieces along the whole area around it, and then these 1x4 slopes placed on the sides, and then after that you get this weird relatively new piece, and then put a bar in the center, and then place that like that, and that's how you get that whole effect. I sort of reached a dilemma at this point. I can't tell if I want to go for this more clean aesthetic, or I want to go for a more rugged, dirty, rustic feeling. Since I do like that technique, it's just I would have to buy those parts, and I don't really want to buy parts when I can use this. So in the comments below, do you guys prefer the clean aesthetic like this, or the more rugged, dirty look? And this week it was a combination of 2 weeks, since I took last week off, but that's why I didn't have enough progress done. I started to work on the front and then almost completed the water section. There's a lot more to go alongside with the path, the walls, and this continuing all the way down. But hopefully we can finish that next week. So you guys stay safe and keep on building. Have a good day.